Hey everybody, what is up? It is your boy Dixie Outlaw back again for another video. Now, today's video I actually kind of had a struggle of what to do in this video because I don't really make dumb decisions when I buy tools. Anybody that knows me or even just comes to my garage will see that. Normally when I buy tools, I normally buy them when I actually need them. And then I end up using them many times after that. Hold on, y'all. This camera is just being a pain. So I don't really have many tools in this garage that I regret buying or I think it's a stupid buy. So I did scrounge together some of these tools though. I don't know if y'all will agree with me on all of them, but that's why it's called personal opinion. Especially because I know there's two things in this that's probably going to get the most flack. And I'm also going to take and try to make this video longer than just 5 minutes. I am going to take and kind of show some of the tools that I say are a good buy, and I'll even talk about some of the tools I do not own, but I have owned or have seen people own, and I'm just, honestly, I can't even think of what it'd be useful for or why you would ever buy it. So, with that being said, I'm going to throw in some pouches real quick and then get into this video because I guarantee there's going to be a lot of chaos following on this one. Mainly because my opinion is different than everybody else's. Well, not different than everybody's, but my opinion is different than some people's opinions, and that's what makes it an opinion. Now, with that also being said, I'm going to come out and say straight up too that there is two tools in this video that I technically did not buy that tool specifically. I bought toolboxes and stuff like that that came with tools, and they just happened to be in the toolbox, so I kind of got stuck with them. Now, the first thing I want to talk about, some people are really going to probably disagree with this, but this guy. What this does, you can put it in your drill and use it, and you can also put it in a drill press. Now, for a drill press, I like these. For using it in a drill, no. And here's the reason being. You're going to wear out your arms like hell, and by the time you get said and done, this thing just constantly wants to pull over because you're drilling like this, going against something. I mean, even if you hold it like this, now you're fighting the part on here with thing trying to hold your hand steady here. Unless y'all got some sort of weird trick or technique for this, I hate these things for using a drill with a passion. That was one of the tools, though, that came in a toolbox. So, yeah. Now, this technically, I know people are going to be like, well, that's a tool organizer. But honestly, I feel it kind of goes into the same category of tools because you use it and it goes in your toolbox. I hate this one. This is from Harbor Freight. It did have a handle on it. I cut the handle off, but just the design of how the wrenches sit in here, it's so stupid. And I know I could probably go through here and cut off these extra little tabs and make a pretty okay, useful rack out of this, but I'll go spend like $7 and get some from O'Reilly's instead. Honestly, it will make me a happier man in the end. Now, this tool I'm going to take and show next. Honestly, I don't feel it's 100% of a dumb idea, but I still can't remember for the life of me why I got it. And honestly, I don't foresee me ever using it. It's called a credit card tool. Now, the thing is supposed to have like a whole bunch of different uses and stuff. You can even put like a credit card or something through here and then be able to stand your phone up on it. Honestly, though, this thing is just a gimmick and kind of more of a, hey, look at something cool I got in my wallet that's going to tear it apart with all these extra sharp edges. I don't even remember all the tools this thing has on it, but honestly, this thing just belongs in a junk pile somewhere rather than anywhere where I can actually grab a hold of it and think, hey, let me take and try using this for something. Now, this next thing, I want to say this is what I bought in a kit together. I can't remember for the life of me. I mean, they both look cheap as hell. This is a magnet stick, standing magnet grabber, whatever you want to call this thing. Now, first off, this thing is so thin that if you stand it all the way, you're liable to bend this before you pick up the bolt. Second of all, the magnet on this thing is so weak that literally, watch. If I accidentally jiggle, this ain't even that heavy. This is like definitely a little bit heavier than a bolt or small bolts, but definitely lighter than some heavier bolts that you might accidentally drop somewhere you don't want to drop them. And honestly, when you're trying to get something out of an engine bay, you accidentally tap something, and then this thing just decides, whoop, oh shit. I don't like it. I keep it just because, well, I don't honestly have a reason. But I mean, I guess it actually holds bolts better than what I thought. I might be retracting this on video. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely retracting that on video. I mean, that's a lighter bolt, though, than... Oh, nope, never mind. I got this bolt. Oh, actually, okay. Now this magnet's going to make me look like a fool on camera, y'all, but I promise you, this magnet has never held anything that good off camera. Second thing we'll talk about is this. Now, for those of you who do not know, this is supposed to be a grabber tool that you can reach down into places, be able to bend it and stuff if you need to, grab different things to be able to pull it up. The reason why this is in my dumb purchase video is, honestly, I've never used it other than being lazy. I know I probably shouldn't say that on camera, but it is the truth. I've only ever used this because I'm like sitting somewhere like now, and then I'm like, hey, you know what? I want to grab this, and instead of getting up to grab it, I just use this little guy to do it. So honestly, that's why this is in my dumb purchase video, just because I've never used it, and off the top of my head, I can't think of anything I would ever use it for. Because if I drop a bolt or something into an engine bay, I got magnets for that. Now, here comes the nitty-gritty part that people are going to hate. But that's fine. This, a ratcheting box and wrench. Or, a head with a swiveling, ratchet with a swiveling head. There you go. Swivel head ratchet. I don't understand the point of this thing. I've tried using this thing in different applications. Never found a use for it. I just don't know if maybe people forget the box and wrenches are a thing or something, but every tight area I've ever needed to get into, all I gotta do is just reach into my toolbox. Box and wrenches are curved, and then flat box and wrenches like my ratcheting ones have always been able to get me in and out of any hole I need to get into with no issue. So this definitely belongs in this video, henceforth why I wrote on this thing. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it does take and say junk tool on the side of this. So go ahead and type your little angry comments now. Next thing that I believe belongs in this video is technically 3 items, but they're all the same item. These little swivels. Never, ever, ever have I ever needed to use these because honestly, by the time you get it all contorted and twisted, what it does is when you go to put pressure on it, boop, it pops your socket right off the bolt a lot of times. I don't know how some of y'all are able to get around that because I've seen the videos where people are using these and have no issues. I don't know. I don't know how y'all do it. You got some sort of magic skills, maybe some sort of mind control power over your tools or something. I don't know. I just know I've never had a use for these. Never been able to get them to work for what I want them for. And again, most tight spaces I'm getting into, I can use a boxing wrench. They even make stubby boxing wrenches now. So, those go into that category. Now, here's a tool I just bought today. And it doesn't go into the dumb buy category for the uselessness of it's not useless. It goes into the dumb buy category because I bought it only because of the price of it. Rechargeable staple gun. Now, these things are not stupid whatsoever. They're actually very useful, especially reupholstering stuff, or you might want to hang something up, or anything of the such like that, or you want to put plastic around your window. These things are great. Again, it goes into this dumb purchase category because I bought it on a whim because it was $8. Found it at like a flea market type thing, and it was still in the package, brand new charger, everything. And this is actually one of the newer Hyper Tough tools. You can tell by the color of it. And normally I think this thing's about $20 or something like that at Walmart. So $8, I bought it. I might regret it later. I don't foresee me regretting it. This thing is useful. I've had many a times where I've needed a staple gun, and hold on, y'all. And this is what I grab. This is what I normally always grabbed every time I needed a staple gun. I don't know if this has staples in it. Ow. Pinched my hand. Nope, no staples in this guy. Now, the versatility of this versus that, yeah, there's a little bit of a difference there. I do believe I can put bigger staples in this than that one. Nope, no I cannot. Okay then, but the reason why I say this is more pain is I actually got to press it down, and again, like I did, I pinched my hand. And these things, sometimes you actually have to push on the back of them and then go from them actually sticking to what you want them to stick into. I definitely am happy to make an upgrade from it to the modern age, just because it may be a little bit bigger, but it definitely makes the job easier. So, great tool, dumb purchase, because I just bought it because of the price. Now, let's move into some of my better purchases, stuff that I'm actually happy with. First thing I'll start off with is, even though I have yet to find a use for it of like actually getting into certain areas, is this guy. Yes, this guy has the swiveling head as well, but I like the curved handle of it. Honestly, this is definitely going to save my knuckles in certain situations. I can already foresee it. And the curved handle plus the ratchet head, now that I can actually see being useful. So this, I definitely say, was not a dumb purchase, especially because I think it was like $10 or something like that on that. And then like $20 for this guy, extending head ratchet. Definitely not a dumb purchase. This was one of my best purchases. Like I said, I think it's about $20, 3/8 drive, extended ratchet. Suggest you have one of these in your toolbox. And then the little adapters for my impact. I got a quarter all the way up to a half. Again, purchase I'm very happy with. Speaking of impact, one of my best purchases was buying this guy plus the drill. and then buying an upgraded battery charger for it as well. In case you notice, there is a theme with that. Most of my favorite purchases are the tools I use the most. Same thing with something that at first I thought was a dumb purchase, which is a great reason I showed in this video, talking about mostly dumb purchases. And that'll be my wireless soldering gun. Even though at first I thought it was a dumb purchase, I thought it was gimmicky, this thing actually doesn't work bad. Another great purchase I suggest y'all make, auto strippers. These things even work for cell phone charger cords. I mean, honestly, the list of my happy purchases versus my unhappy purchases is such a long one. But now let's take and talk real quick before I end this video of some of the tools I've seen people use, and I owned a set at one point in time that I still don't understand the reason for. And one of those would have to be claw, crow feet, claws, whatever you want to call them, the little doodackers that you can actually stick onto the end of your ratchet and be able to get bolts off with. First off, I've seen people use those. Honestly, I don't see the appeal of them. And also, honestly, I don't get how they're useful. Really, honestly don't. But that is to each their own thought and mind on that. The other thing I've seen people buy, and they look great and all, but I don't think I would ever waste money on them because pliers do just as good of a job. And if you're worried about, and what I'm talking about, let me be clear first on that, is the hose clamp grip tool thing. Honestly, if you want to hold the box, if you want to hold the clamp, and I've done this before, you take a pair of liner locks, not liner locks, slip joint pliers, you put it on there and you can actually put some tape around the end and it'll hold it pretty dang well for you while you slide it out the way. But normally also that's all you're doing is just clamping it, sliding it out the way, and then you're pulling the hose off. Never had an issue with slip joint pliers doing that, liner locks. I've even used needle nose pliers before for that. Vice grips. I mean, there's so many pliers that will work the same way for that. And vice grips actually clamp onto it just like that tool does. So honestly, I don't foresee myself ever wasting money on one of those tools because I got pliers that do the same thing. It just honestly seems like a big, colossal waste of money. Just like you'll never hear me argue any purchases of any flashlights I've ever made. Well, I got a couple that I don't have no more because when I have a flashlight or a tool that I don't like, it normally goes flying across the shop and I never see it again. Or it ends up in my woman's hands and then she keeps it and then it gets lost in all of her stuff. I have a perfect case example of that. A flashlight I had that I bought because I thought it would be a great purchase because it had a little stand and everything, had a little magnet on it. The thing didn't even last, I think, what was it, like 2 hours, 3 hours? And it already started flashing and going dead on me. And I'm like, yep, nope. And I threw it clear across the shop and didn't fuck with it again. And then she picked it up and now she doesn't use it. So honestly, obviously it was a waste of money. Can't think of nothing else off the top of my head though. That is a waste of money. Nope, can't think of nothing off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure eventually I'll think of something I bought in the past. But as of right now, I don't have a single clue of any other purchases I've ever made that I've regretted or been a crap tool or so on and so forth. So I hope y'all did enjoy this video. If you did, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you get notified of my future uploads. And this has been Dixie Outlaw, and I am signing off, y'all.